Hi, everybody. I'm Alicia De Los Reyes, author of the CHICK LIT Cookbook.
Oh, me too. I'm Kelly Rosetta of KMR Publishing, who publishes the CHICK LIT Cookbook.
And we are here to talk today to give you a snippet about both ourselves and writing CHICK LIT. So, should I just get started?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So, one of the chapters in the CHICK LIT Cookbook, A Guide to Writing Your Novel in 30 Minutes a Day, is about creating your main, well, there's a couple chapters about creating your main character, and one of the most important chapters is that you have to find a flaw for your main character. Because if you think about it, in most books that you read, the main character has something wrong with them that keeps them from achieving their goal. You know, you have a couple things you need. You need a character who wants a goal. You need some roadblocks, but you also need a flaw in your character, because without a flaw, she would just achieve and be happy. There would be no story. So I thought it would be fun if we shared with you, if we were the main character in a CHICK LIT novel, what would our flaw be? So, Kelly, would you like to go first?
Sure thing. My flaw, which you will probably see displayed a lot over the course of these videos that we're doing, is that I am really verbose. I tell ridiculously long stories. I have actually, there is my one of my very good friends, Katie, and who is also my former roommate, will actively be listening to me while I'm telling a story. She will be looking at me with like a wrap it up sign, like all right, let's just where. My father frequently says to me, "All right, is there a point? Are we getting to a point here? Like, is this story nearly finished?" And I don't think I knew that this was a problem of mine. People said that I was chatty as a child, but I don't think I knew that this was a problem until senior year of high school, in an English class that Alicia and I were both in, and we had this very scary but incredibly brilliant and wonderful teacher, Mr. Shea, who he was very harsh. He always had like a lot of criticism for whatever you wrote, but I turned in this one paper, and he told me to change one word, and it was like a high watermark of my writing career. Mr. Shea said one change needed to be made. I needed to swap out one particular word, and so everybody was kind of like impressed. And he goes, "But by the way, Rosetta, you are so damn verbose." And immediately, whatever inflating had happened as a result of his praise, it just like imploded. I just crumbled. I just fell like one of those souffles that you have to put in the oven for like an hour. And it was terrible. It was just terrible. And that's it. That's my flaw.
Verbosity. Well, I think that would be a great flaw for a character to have, because you could think of many funny situations where if she talked too much, it would get her into trouble. Like, if she met her love interest, they got stuck in the elevator, and she filled the time by talking.
I am certain that that's why I'm single right now. I talk too much for anyone, especially men, to want to listen to me.
Well, the next chapter is finding your complementary love interest, so maybe we can make that happen.
Stay tuned.
So, in the interest of sharing fairly, I guess I will tell you what my flaw would be. It would be being a life spazoid.
I'm so excited, but before you tell it, I want to know how you spell it.
Okay, Spazzoid. I think it's
two Z's. Good choice with the two Z's. You know I'm a fan.
Okay, that's right, Rosetta. So, because I have trouble maintaining focus. Like, I remember when I was maybe like 10 or 11, I used to get American Girl magazine, so I was obsessed with American Girl dolls. And in the magazine, they had profiled all these girls, like, they were like 12, 13, 14, who had started their own businesses, like, started their own companies. And I was really impressed. I thought it was cool, you know, like little 11-year-old Alicia. I was like entrepreneurial. I always wanted to do something. And so I remember reading about one girl who started a nursery, like a legit plant selling nursery. Like, she had it in her backyard.
Do you know, I kind of remember this. I got the same magazine.
Oh, magazine was great. I wish they had it for adults.
Absolutely.
But, so I was like, Mom, this is so cool. This girl started a nursery. And she was like, yeah, great. And I was like, I could totally do that. And she was like, well, Alicia, the thing about those girls is they maintained focus and they stuck to it. And I was like, what are you saying?
I think what we have to tell our viewers, what makes this all better is that I know Alicia's mom. She's like the nicest lady on the planet.
It's true. She would never criticize. I mean, but she wasn't criticizing. She was just stating facts.
It was just honest.
I don't usually follow through with any big project. I get a lot of big ideas, like, all over the place. And then I just, like, start them, and then they just dissolve into thin air. They don't appear in American Girl magazine, like, so many years later. So I think that would be my flaw, starting and not finishing.
Those are our flaws. I talk too much, and you haven't made it into American Girl magazine.
Not yet.
Not
Many
yet.
times. Yeah, I think actually my flaw would be a good one for a chick lit character, because then you could end by triumphantly following through, right?
It writes itself.
It writes itself. Well, thanks for watching. If you want to watch more of these videos, you can go to our website at chicklitcookbook.tumblr.com. That's Tumblr with no E, in case you didn't know.
We didn't before we started this.